A manufacturing valuation is basically the first step in the M&A process. And it's basically telling a manufacturer what their business is worth. So in considering the most common mistakes that people make in valuation, the first thing that I would say, and probably the largest mistake that people make, is that they don't look at value holistically. Now that can break down into several different things. So when my firm does a valuation on a manufacturing company, we're looking at over 175 different data points. Missing any of these points will affect value. So when I say look at it holistically, I'm saying look at things like customer concentration, sector concentration, age of the workforce, pipeline of skilled workers, company culture. All of these things affect value. For the most part, the industry will tell you concentration in either sector or customer is very dangerous. And it can be, but it can also be a huge plus. It depends on what the manufacturer is doing for that particular customer, and can anyone else do it? If what they're doing is incredibly difficult and almost no one in the world can do it, guess what? It's not a problem. So generally speaking, getting a valuation from a CPA, it could be good, it could be bad. It depends on whether or not they have mergers and acquisitions experience. I've seen some that are disasters and some that are golden. And the ones that are disasters, here's what they're leaving out. They're only looking backward to determine the valuation of the company. And again, there's so many different things that affect valuation that you're not going to see on the numbers. There's so many different points. Listen, numbers always matter, but they are a starting point. We recently sold a client company. They were in the aerospace sector. They went to 4 other people before they came to me. All 4 did valuations. My valuation was 20% higher than the next highest. That was a result of my firm considering things that had nothing to do with their tax return or their profit and loss. We looked at many, many different data points, but particularly what they were doing, who they were doing it for, and how they were doing it, and how hard it was going to be to replicate what they were doing. And so at the end of the day, the highest offer we got on this business was 35% above my valuation, which was 20% higher than the next highest. That gap between my valuation and the highest offer was the result of competition. You know, it's having an accurate valuation, that's great. But you also need to know who to reach out to, who the likely target market is, how to reach them, how to engage with them, and how to create a competition around a client company. That's the best way to sell a manufacturing company.